How's it going, everyone? It's GadgetsBoy, and in front of you is my home workspace setup. Now, this is by no means some sort of like computer setup with fancy lighting and all that stuff. It's not what I do. So, the purpose of my setup is strictly for work. It's very built in a purposeful way, so I can easily come home, pop my laptop down, connect it to my two monitors, and just work away. And the reason why I have two extra monitors is it just makes my life easier. It means I can open my social media feed on one side, and on the other side I can have maybe a website open where I monitor things, what's going on in the world of tech. And on the middle screen is maybe where I manage my day-to-day like emails and whatnot. But again, it gives me the flexibility to do what I want to do, so I can pass them around throughout the whole three screens that I've got here. But bringing me closer to the display though, I want to talk to you about these two monitors that I've got here. So these are the same thing. So these are from BenQ. This is the EW277HDR. And as the model name suggests, this is 27-inch and it's full HD high resolution display as well. So this is HDR ready. So again, it just means that you can switch it on and off, luckily, because not everything needs or requires HDR. But when you put in HDR, you get sharper colors, you get darker contrast. The blacks looks really nice. I mainly use that when I'm using these monitors to edit photos, but I don't really do that quite often. Again, these are not made for multimedia editing per se, in my opinion. I think these two displays are mainly used for people who like to work with extra monitors without shedding out a load of money on, say, 4K or extra bits that you don't really need for gaming, for example. I wouldn't game on these monitors, although they are really bright. I think you get like 400 nits of brightness on here. You get 93% DCI-P3 wide color gamut, so again, very colorful. You got something that I'm really interested in here as well, which is eye care. So again, when you're staring at screen monitors all day like myself and, you know, typing away, writing blog posts or editing photos and stuff like that, you want something that's not going to wreck your eye quality, you know, your 20/20 vision, although I don't have that anyway. But switching that on and off using a button on the bottom of the screen, you can easily tweak a few settings here and there and use that to protect your vision. So it means that, you know, colors adjusted, but warning though, if you're going to end up editing photos on this screen, when you've got these two things switched on, your HDR and, you know, your eye care stuff, when you switch them on, be careful because things become unrealistic in terms of color, white balance and stuff like that. In terms of the kind of HDR content you can do on here, you have HDR10 content, which is something you see on smartphones these days as well. Again, not the best of HDR quality out there, but you've got HDR that still works if you really want to do that. This is 16:9 aspect ratio, 1920 by 1080 full HD. Brightness, typical brightness is 300, but again you can go up to 400 nits depending on what settings you've got it on. You got 8 bits color bit there, backlit LED. It's just really important for what I do. It's really good. I can tilt the screen, you can't adjust the height unfortunately, and you can't swivel it around, so you can have this static positioning for it, but you can tilt it backwards and forwards. Again, this is really built for eye care and making sure you can use this for a prolonged period of time for productivity. You got a few ports on the back, you got multiple VGA ports, you got HDR, HDMI inputs as well. Again, I've got this connected via HDMI, one's going through HDMI direct, one's going through my lightning port on the side of my MacBook Pro here. But anyway, that's it in the meantime. Like I said, this is by no means my setup sort of video that you probably see other YouTubers do. It's just for me to show you my work setup, what I really do, why I've got these two monitors and what they're about, which is pretty cool. In the meantime as well, BenQ did not pay me for this. They just sent me the monitors. It's just important that I mention this. Send me the monitors for me to have a look at and review it for you guys and tell you my opinion on it, which is what exactly I'm doing here. But what they've also done is, if you're interested in buying them or having a look yourself, check the description area. There's some information there for you, including a discount code if you're interested. In the meantime, I'm Tommy. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one.